Hey, what's up guys? Mike here from Vinya Outdoors. We are on a brand new body of water. I actually met a guy at the last place I was fishing. We sat and talked for like 2.5 hours, just having a nerd session, talking about fishing, talking details, things that we do. And he actually told me about this little kind of hidden gem body of water in Vermont. I'm not going to name it because of the fact that it is one of those little hidden gem bodies. It is a very small body of water, and to be honest, I don't want to spoil it for the locals. It's a really cool looking place to fish, and he told me there's a combination of decent sized smallmouth as well as largemouth here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to break this body of water down. I have literally never seen it. Didn't do any research on it. I'm literally basing everything I'm doing on information I received from my friend, and I'm gonna see if we can locate some bigger smallmouth. That's something that I've always struggled with, is locating smallmouth, catching smallmouth. So we're gonna start out with a pretty basic routine. We're gonna run chatterbait over tops of the grass. We're going to run some lipless crankbaits. We're gonna run wacky rig and some drop shot. And we're gonna see if we can pick up some big fish in this small pond. Something you wanna definitely take advantage of, guys. If you see this little lily pad patch, now this patch is actually out about 40 yards off of the shoreline. This provides deeper cover for those bass, but also is offshore enough where if they were out deep, which again, deep is relative in any body of water you're in, we're in about 8 feet of water. So you see something like that right there, that's a patch of lily pads. And if you see how far we are from shore, there's actually 2 or 3 of them. There's one over there, there's one over there. This is the kind of structure that you want to target with your finesse, maybe a jig. You want to drop a bait right down the edge of it, because the bass will hang out under stuff like that. They use that for shade. So think about when you're out on a hot day, you don't really want to deal with being out in the direct sunlight. Well, neither do the bass. And ultimately, this is their shady tree. This is their version of a place to hide to get out of the direct sunlight. And they really will load up underneath these. You'd be surprised sometimes how many bass you can catch by fishing around this kind of cover. And it's something that's easily found. It gives you an easy target to look for, and you really just ultimately have to pick it apart. And pick it apart means just cast around the edges, find the little spots up against it, the little holes, the little tiny little crevices around the edges of it, and drop a bait down there. It's not going to work every single time, but when we talk about, when you watch YouTubers and we talk about things like high percentage areas, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about something that we know for sure there's probably fish around, because it is exactly the kind of habitat that they want. And it is something that you don't always catch fish here, but more often than not, there may be a small one, there may be some big ones just kind of chilling underneath those lily pads. And if they don't want to bite, they still may come out and take your bait, simply because you provided a nice, easy prey. By dropping a worm, by dropping a finesse bait down the side of it, you've created a situation where you activate their predatory instincts, and they just come out and eat it. Because kind of like if someone brings you a fast food burger, you may not be in the mood to eat, but it's right there. It's so easy to get, and you could just eat it without having to think about it. That's the same thing the bass are going to do when you drop an easy finesse bait right on their face. Finally got a fish on. Oh, you sneaky little mother. You tried to go into that rock, man. Yep. Little smallie. Finally got my hands on one of these little smallies out here, guys. Hey, man. Hey. Dude. Little smallmouth, guys. Pretty awesome. That is why we fish for smallmouth right there, guys. Come here, man. Nope, nope, not gonna do it, buddy. I got him spinning, got him death rolling. Got him. Another smallmouth, guys. Oh yeah. Smallmouth, baby. Hell yeah, guys. Much better. Hell yeah. That is one pissed off smallmouth. It's a good sized fish though, guys. Oh guys, this is another example of not giving up. Catching some smallmouth. This thing is aggressive, man. Alright guys, nice little smallmouth. So what I'm doing here, guys, I switched things back up. I was starting out with liplesses. I was doing a lot of my standard stuff, but I switched up to Kitech Easy Shiners. I'm throwing it into the shade line. So on this edge right here, there's a line of shade, and if you've ever fished water with overhanging brush, you know there's that line where the trees cast shade over top. So the shade lines is where these bass like to hang out when the sun is high like this. It is something that is a very sneaky little trick. You can use it just like cover, just like using lily pads or vegetation. In this case, there's no vegetation here, but there is a shade line. I have dropped this bait into the same hole, and I think I found a school of smallmouth, because every time I've not even had to reel this swim bait and had just fish pick it up almost instantly. So we're gonna cast in here a couple more times, see if we can find some more smallmouth. Wow. This smallmouth does not want to come in, guys. That's funny. Get that out. Come on, buddy. Here's smallmouth with him, too. That's funny. Come here, man. Oh, got him in the net. Hell yeah, guys. Another smallmouth. Another good sized smallmouth. Just having so much fun out here, guys. So what I'm drop shotting here, guys, is actually a sneaky little bait that I haven't seen anywhere in Vermont. It's called a rattlesnake worm. I'm hooking it on a drop shot rig. I'm just hooking it like that, just on the end. You gotta let those bass pick it up, because otherwise they won't get the hook. They'll pull the tails off. But that is a grande bass rattlesnake worm. Probably one of the coolest baits and sneakiest baits that I actually fish with. I'm willing to share it with you guys because you're my viewers, and I appreciate every one of you, so I'm willing to share that juice with you. They have them in pretty much every color. That one right there is the green pumpkin, but overall, any of the colors seem to work, and I think it's just something so different that these bass don't know what it is. They've never seen it before. They're just unaware of it, so they're not scared of it, and they devour these things. I catch largemouth, I catch smallmouth, rock bass. I've caught just about every fish species on those baits. It's something you can get on Tackle Warehouse. I'll actually put a link down below so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Big Bite Baits makes a version of it as well. I forget what they call it, but ultimately it's just a rattlesnake style worm, and it's something I highly recommend picking up and trying out. Alright guys, not sure how well you can hear me. I am pedaling towards shore. A big storm seems to be moving in. The forecast called for lightning later, so I don't really want to screw around with that. I've caught quite a few fish, pretty happy with the day. So I think I'm going to head to shore and call it, because it's starting to pour and the wind's starting to pick up. I want to thank you guys for coming along with me. I really appreciate you taking time to watch this video series, taking time to watch my channel. I hope you guys are really enjoying the 7 days of fishing videos. Today is the second to last day. Tomorrow will be the official last day that I will be doing this series. Each of these videos, if you haven't seen any of the previous ones, I'm releasing them every Saturday until they're done. To be honest, I'm not even sure how many videos I've made so far, but definitely every Saturday you'll be seeing these. So you got one more week after this one. And guys, don't hesitate to go back and watch the other ones. I think they've all been really, really good videos. Really, really fun, but as you can probably tell, the storm's starting to pick up, so I'm gonna get going. But again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's get out there and catch more fish.